How far could you go if you never gave up? There was a story my dad used to read to me when I was a baby, and I never understood the meaning of it until recently. The story was from a book called The Little Engine That Could. And in this book, the engine is going up this hill and it's getting hard. And the whole time it's getting hard, this little engine that could is saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And it just keeps going no matter how hard it feels, no matter how much it wants to give up, it doesn't stop. And every night before bed, my dad used to read me this story as a baby while I would fall asleep. And I think back to that now and I understand what it means, because in life, there's going to be so many things that come up that are hard, that make you want to quit, that make you want to just give up. But you have to have the mindset and the mentality of somebody who never quits no matter how hard it gets, who just keeps going when the business fails, or you lose your job, or you go through a divorce or a breakup. Whatever it is, life is going to be hard, and the only way to adapt is to get stronger. It's just like in the gym. If you have to lift a certain amount of weight or you're going to die, for example, the weight is not going to change. The amount of weight is not going to change. You have to adapt and learn to be able to handle it. If I were to go into the gym for the first time and I try to bench 225, and let's say I've never benched before, that could crush me. I wouldn't be able to do it because I haven't adapted to it. That would be too hard because I haven't put myself into hard conditions enough to be able to handle that. But if I have the mindset of continuously challenging myself and continuously pushing myself, that 225 becomes easy eventually. It might take a while. It may take a year, 2 years, 3 years, but eventually there will come a point in time when benching 225 becomes easy. And in life, it's the same way as if when you're going to the gym, you're going to be faced with so many hard things. That's one of the things I've learned. You're going to be faced with so many hard things that make you want to quit, like losing your job due to financial issues, having to start over and move to a different city where you know nobody, or whatever it may be. You're going to be faced with all sorts of issues, and everybody has different issues that they go through. Some may be harder than others. Some may be things that most people would be broken by. But when you have that mindset of you will never give up and you will never quit, and you're just going to keep going and attacking the life that you want with full force, that person is unstoppable. That person cannot lose. He cannot be beat, because even when they lose, they're still going. They're already, when something fails and something doesn't go their way, they're already on to the next opportunity. That person will not lose in life. So if you want to be successful, be like the little engine that could in that book, where you just keep going. You don't ever stop, and you keep believing in yourself and telling yourself you can do this and you can figure it out and you will be able to do this. And when it gets hard, you go harder. You don't just give up to the pressure. You go harder. You adapt and you figure it out as you go, and you learn and get better and better over time. So I wanted to share this because I was thinking about some of the stuff that I've been going through with all this uncertainty, where I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have the clarity that I had at one point in time, where it feels like everything is comfortable. But at the same time, that feeling is exciting to me because it means there's going to be change in my life. And I think change, a lot of people, they look at this as if it's a bad thing. But you have to look at where you're at when you're faced with uncertainty, like maybe losing a job, or maybe a business failing, or somebody leaving you, or whatever it is. You have to also look at the good of those situations and say, hey, this door may be closing of whatever this is, but there is something greater waiting on the other side, and I'm going to attack the actions that I need to take to be able to get to the greater thing. Just wanted to share that. And one more thing. So it brings me back also to another time in my life when I'm driving home from this business trip thing that I went on, and I'm by myself. I'm in this car and I'm going down this mountain. It is a mountain that I would go down every time I'd come back. I go down this mountain where it's very steep. Sometimes cars would lose control and they'll end up veering off the side of the road, going into like the ditch on this mountain. And I'm going down this mountain and it's late. It's very dark outside and you can already barely see, but there is fog that is extremely thick and you cannot see through the fog. I could not see, even with my lights on, I could not see more than maybe a couple feet in front of me. No joke. And I'm going down this mountain and I just remember thinking, I cannot see where I'm going. I can't see in front of me. This feels scary. This feels very uncertain. And I don't know what's going to happen. I was honestly concerned that I may end up going off that mountain. Even though I was going slow, you can only see a few feet in front of you because of how thick this fog was. But I started thinking about that and how life is the same way. I ended up making it down that mountain despite not knowing what would happen next, despite not knowing if I was going to make a wrong turn and hit a car or veer off the side of the road. I ended up making it out and I made it out okay. And I look back on how hard that was going down that mountain, and then the rest of the drive felt easier. The hardest part of the whole drive, the rest of the drive from then on felt so easy after I went through that hard situation. And I thought about how it applies to life, how sometimes you're going through the fog and you can't see the road in front of you and you can't see where you're going to end up, but you have to trust that you're going to make it out, and you have to keep focusing on what you can focus on and keep moving forward, and don't give up just because it gets hard. Because just like in that situation, I couldn't even get off to the side of the road because of the way everything was set up. I could not get off. I'm on the steep mountain. There's cars in front of me and behind me that I can't even see because of how dark it is and because of how thick this fog is. I could not even get off the side of the road. I had no choice but to keep going. But because I had no choice but to keep going, you find out who you're really made of when you have no choice. So anyways, if you found this helpful, leave a like or comment below, but I just thought I'd share that. So